Why am I the only one eating these?
Well, I love that.
You tell us.
We finished ours, too.
No, see, this is what happens.
love them.
Let me tell the audience at home, though. When the teleprompter doesn't move and it just says, this is what's coming up tomorrow, you can see Judge Napolitano. You can only see Kevin at the beginning. So Brian goes, tomorrow's show we have Kevin coming on. And then they roll the prompter, and so then you see it's Congressman Kevin McCarthy. And normally...
Kevin from the Minions.
It could be.
Yes, right.
But here's the thing.
The Minions.
Here's the thing,
You know what Minions are? The big little yellow thing?
No.
His kids are too old for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why
Back to my Dippin' Dots.
Here's the thing. When you're right out of journalism school, you're like, oh, my gosh, the teleprompter's not moving. Teleprompter's not moving. What do I do? What do I do? Who's Kevin? Brian just makes a joke out of it and says, some guy named Kevin.
Oh, there he is. Eating Dippin' Dots. Oh, take a shot, Brian. Right now. Right now. Right now. Can we do it? Oh, darn it. He was... So here's the thing. You know what? People don't realize that when I do the weather, I don't have a teleprompter. I never have a teleprompter.
So you're just talented.
Anybody can do it.
Really talented. What does that mean about us?
No,
Love you too, Janice.
No, it's just how you do it. And so we've never
There's
had a
no way you
teleprompter.
could ever script exactly the weather.
But people are shocked by that. Like, I'll go out to schools, and they don't realize that I don't read it. It just, like, you know, and sometimes
when you
things
started,
happen,
did you ever point to states that were wrong? Or...
I will say the meteorology part of it, you go to school and you learn. But actual green screen, it took me months to get the green screen down pat. And I actually, for a while...
That's the magic map behind her that doesn't really exist in her world, but you see it on TV.
So I have the map and myself in this camera, and then I have two side monitors. So I see myself in the side monitors pointing. And when I first started out, I don't know, Steve used to do the weather too, I would put W for west and E for east on both hands, because I would forget this is the east and this is the west. Yeah. And for a while, it was just, you're trying to think about your weather, and then you're with the maps, and it's hard. It's hard.
Why nowadays have they not figured out a way to just put the map up there on the green wall?
Well, now we do it in front of just a monitor,
a big TV.
And then you just point to the states.
The green screen, I feel like, is a little bit old school, but I really like the presentation on the green screen. But I find other channels don't use the green screen as much.
Do the graphics look better on the green screen?
I think so. I think, and you're more focused on the maps as opposed to everything else that's going on. Pete Hegseth told me in D.C. that he wants to learn how to do the weather. So I think that would be kind of a good segment.
How many drinks had he had?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Back to my Dippin' Dots.
Why don't you do weather anymore? I'm glad you do it.
I did it. I actually did weather twice in my life. In college, I worked for the NBC affiliate back in the olden days. And then when they were starting the news channel, because I had been at CBS and they fired everybody, and I needed a job, and they said, well, we got one job left. How would you like to do the weather? And I said, I actually did the weather once before. Did it for a number of years here, and it was real easy, and then they just expanded everybody's
Well, I started out that way, too, back home in Canada. I was a DJ, and part-time, I was a weather presenter back then. You know, you didn't have to have a lot of meteorology experience to just point to the map and say, here's where the rain is coming, here's where the snow is coming. So when they hired me here, I had that experience, but I went to school while I was doing it. So I didn't come here as a meteorologist. I did it while I was working.
I remember when you were going through it. You know who else, a very famous Fox News person, is a Canadian who was a presenter on television?
Who? John Roberts.
John Roberts was a video presenter in the olden days.
That's right, on Much Music. And here's a story that I don't think I've told anyone.
He was great. I've seen him on YouTube.
A huge crush back home in Canada. He lived in Toronto.
On John Roberts?
His name was J.D. Roberts, and he was on Much Music, and all the girls had huge crushes. So when he came to Fox, I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, it's J.D. Roberts! You should Google him. He's got, like, long hair. Hot. So hot.
Long hair?
He does. He has long, like, beautiful curly hair.
It was the 80s.
Wearing these ripped up jeans.
You've got to bring a picture.
Oh my gosh! And I think I did email John Roberts when he first got here, but he didn't.
Do a live shot with him. We've got to put it up.
He never emailed me back because he was like,
she's
too weird.
Yeah.
This woman is weird, because I'm like, J.D. Roberts, it's J.D. from Fox.
That is so funny.
Excited. So Google him, Much Music. I mean, he interviewed everyone from Def Leppard to Bryan Adams to Rolling Stones.
Hold on, stop. Have you ever told him this story that you had a huge crush on him when you were a kid?
Well, he knows now if he's watching the.
He does not know yet. Let's bring him on the show.
You should bring him
on.
on.
This guy right here.
That's the same guy.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, but that's a better
lot.
picture.
I don't.
Show
You know,
the audience.
I don't know that it's cleared for us to show.
I mean,
let me just see. I
all
won't
of
show it to the
Canada
audience.
was in love with J.D.
Oh,
Roberts.
you know who he looks like? Rick Springfield.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Does. See?
Rick Springfield, Jesse's girl. In your case, Janice's
That's
girl.
so funny. He's so...
I even told my husband, I'm like, J.D. Roberts is on
look at him
Fox
there.
News.
1985. All right.
He is very
Now he is our White
Still
House correspondent.
handsome. Still
Yeah.
handsome. But man, when he was doing the DJ days back on Much Music.
Okay.
Isn't this crazy? It
We're going
reminds
to
me
keep
of...
you out of Washington just
I know.
for his personal safety.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know, I'm sorry. I mean,
You know,
From
men
afar.
have a tendency, some women too, but men have a tendency just to get better and better looking with age. Look at that.
He's a
Hi,
handsome
J.D.
man.
Roberts, John Roberts.
Janice is crying.
Have a great day tomorrow. Is it Thursday tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Kevin's
Tomorrow
going
is
to join us.
Thursday. No, tomorrow's not Kevin's Day. Tomorrow is Ainsley's crush day.
What?
Your crush day, and then we'll do Steve's the next
That's right.
day.